Welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Tail Spinner, and this, Tales Over Coffee, a morning show where we will start the day together with a narrative tale and a cup of coffee, in the hopes that we have a blessed day. This is a black book, the tale of Vasilisa's descent, shall we say, into demonic witchcraft to save the soul of her beloved. Right now we're trying to help a changeling girl.
So the name of the girl will be
Claudia.
a fitting name. You did the right thing sorting out that demon. Won't spoil any good crops anymore. The only thing left to do is visit the spinner. Vasilisa and I are going to see the spinner. There's nothing for you to do there, Kolya. Understand?
Sure did.
And one more thing. Don't say anything about the banya or the bride. The spinner can't stand demons, though she looks like one herself.
Maybe she is.
Got it?
You wish to come back? No, you wish to just settle there, that's fine.
Who is the spinner?
A woman of sorts. Her name is Kapitalina Ivanna, but everyone calls her the spinner. She's quite knowledgeable. You don't want to mess with her. That's why I am coming with you. Don't go running your mouth. Speak nothing of the book. Got it?
Got it.
What should I say to get the belt?
Good question, Vasilisa. Keep your ears open when you speak to her. Remember, do not mention demons. She does not like them. And you might as well disregard the fact that we needed the belt for a changeling girl. Now, if you show you are of knowledge, that would be good indeed.
Knowledge, but without the demon. Okay.
If she doesn't like you, or should you let anything sleep, the cost will be more than we can handle. Got it?
Let's go
Understood,
then.
Grandpa.
Yes, I've arranged a cart for us.
Do you have any Kupala salve left?
If I only knew. We could fly, but feet will do. And another thing. There's this rich fellow, Petrov is his name. He asked me to check on his field. Says demons are ruining his crops. It's not far from Pintek. It so happens.
Well, this is old ground, isn't it?
We should tell everyone about the chorts we've met. You know, to warn the good people, right?
Everyone knows, but not everyone believes. How did you end up with a cross?
Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, right. There's no such thing as a cross with no story behind it.
All right then, I'll tell you. We were near a town. Levna, it's called. It was a real massacre there.
Did you encounter any chorts there?
Worse, the cannon fire was so loud that all the chorts fled, if they were any. It seems they all fled here, to the north. So, there was this redoute ahead of us. Couldn't take it.
Redut?
Well, it's a kind of a fortress. No one could get any closer.
And what about you, being such a gallant lad?
Hey, no jokes. Listen, I think God helped me. I went from the side and then found some barrels full of gunpowder and lit them. They blew up. Started a fire. There was a lot more ammunition. A lot of our enemies burned that day. I can still hear their screams. I suppose I will to the end of my days.
Cruel, but necessary maybe.
I nearly died there myself. Since then, when I see a fire, I remember that redoute.
That would
and
haunt you.
those screams. I fished the cross from the river of blood, Vasil. Are you happy now? Do you understand about the fire now? Ah,
What are you going to do with your new bride?
well, we'll get folks from the village to help. Well now, I'll build an excellent izba and children eventually. What a life it will be.
Be careful, though. Who knows? The Bannock might be back.
That's good. The mother-in-law is always welcome.
It seems that you're the fiercest of them all. Let's
Talk
go.
to you later.
We'll talk later.
And we have the Pester with the shorts. He likes animals, this is fire. No, he likes fire. This is animals, weather. Weather. Send him. Right, off to the book merchant. No, I don't think we need the book merchant. A Batchkin forest. A small forest situated near the road from Bilgore to Pantang.
You catch a whiff of the disgustingly sweet smell of rot. Cold fear enters your soul when you guess what might be the source of the smell. A human body lies nestled in the grass. It is already unrecognizable from decay. You see an old wooden cross upon its breast. Overcoming nausea, you easily rip the cross from the dead man's chest. You clean it and take it with you.
Oscar Ravine. A peasant spotted a great whirlwind in this ravine a few days ago and asked me to check it out.
All of a sudden, the tops of the trees rattle and clang. Alarmed, birds fly away, screaming in fear. You see a whirlwind filled with loose branches and dust from the road, headed your way.
There you go.
Your mentor removes a knife from his shirt and throws it at the whirlwind.
Shouldn't it be old
It
ago?
dissolves into a throng of enraged demons.
Right. Demons, it is two of them actually. Except he's going to summon more. Very well. Right, what do we have here? 12 damage. And we do not have anything to stop it. Very well. Much harm was done by demons that day. 10 incoming. Not a problem. Eight damage incoming. And there we are. I think God's the father, don't you? The salmon marshes. People rarely venture into these marshes, since they're not really inhabited by anyone. Various spirits have made this area their dwelling.
You see a small demon sitting on a hillock. In his hand, he is holding a snake by its tail, swinging it from side to side. A swishing sound of the snake's body and its angry hissing fill the swamp area. You start reading your Zagavers. The demon immediately forgets its toy and jumps straight in your direction.
Now, coming in with 3 damage, that's easily prevented. Four damage on the next turn. Next turn it loses, quite simply. Salmonida. And on to Ust-Orolka village. A village near the Kama River.
Despite the late hour, sounds of celebration are coming from the village. It turns out that a festive dinner has dragged on and turned into a non-stop festival. You notice the worried host, who looks like he can't wait to say goodbye to his guests.
May I
You
help
offer
you?
to disperse the festival for the host. His distrust of you vanishes when, after a couple of your Zagavers, furious winds send the suddenly worried guests scurrying home. The host rewards you with some of the dishes from a banquet table.
Very nice. An old idol. Okay, somewhere in the old world stands an old pagan Permian idol.
Bathing in the moonlight, a moss-covered idol is hidden among the tall trees. You walk closer and see a fresh towel wrapped around it. The forest around you is silent.
Well, we have a piece of knowledge here. Nothing that I'm seeing, though. Saying. Very well. Onto the roads, Piat Neng. People rarely venture into these marshes since they're not. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's the same place. Same words.
You meet a girl walking in the direction of Panteg. In her hands, she clutches a spindle that is emanating dark power. Old Yegor smirks, another of the spinner's victims.
Let's
You
help
call
her.
out to the peasant girl and convince her to get rid of the cursed spindle. Surprised, the girl follows your advice.
And move on. On to Vilisov Woods. Grimwood set by the spinner's house.
You freeze with horror. A dead girl is dangling from a spruce tree's gnarled branch. You can't move. This strange fruit sways back and forth with a creak in the cold wind. She died recently.
My. Most of you don't know. Vasilisa. The word for witch, a vedma, takes its root from the word vedat. To know, to have some degree of knowledge. A vedma is traditionally a woman versed in knowing and performing magic. They were often called Vechitska, whatever, from Veksha, squirrel. It is a phonetic distortion of the word Vishista. Vedjujaya, one who knows. According to certain mythological texts, such a woman could turn into a squirrel, allowing her to enter a house through the chimney and steal an unborn child from an expectant mother. According to the same texts, witches are gathered atop a mountain to celebrate a roasting children over a fire. Witches perform black magic, cast the evil eye upon people and livestock, stole milk from cows' udders, and shared knowledge of love spells and love potions. Love magic is akin to black magic. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Since you force someone to love you, well, they could be the wives of Coltons and draw magic from their husbands. In general, yes, they were believed to appear as regular women, and were seldom depicted as ugly hags that preached prominently in Europe. As knowers, they were able to communicate with shorts. Some of the spirits.
As soon as you draw a circle, two demons burst from the skin of the hanged girl. It seems that demons have...
It's time to fight. You'll not have this poor dead girl. We'll block it. Will help me with healing. Oh. Actually, no, not alkali, but of oil. And I think I can finish it this time. Well, I think. Oh yeah. And moving on, let's look at Pianteg Village. This large and rich village has entered Pianteg Forest. There's an old church of the Epiphany, and it's notorious for being haunted. There's also a new one, that's Aurelia the Prophet.
You feel at ease as you walk down the welcoming street of this village. A calm silence surrounds you. You almost pass through the village, but the silence is broken by loud laughter and the sounds of an accordion.
Let's come closer.
Vasilisa, is that you? Come on, join us.
I don't have the time.
Come on. Your work is such a bore. 5 minutes here won't kill you.
Perhaps.
All right, I have a.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
Join us. I still say this is a beautiful background to the game. The music that you get sometimes. Now, we will move on though. Near Piantang, several small villages scattered throughout the nearby forest and woods. Seems like a nice place to live.
On the field, you hear the steady sound of digging. Coming closer, you see a peasant moving the border of a field. The man looks startled when he sees you approach. He stops and calls out to you.
Let's talk.
You, Igor?
It is I, with Vasilisa. God bless.
God bless. What are you looking at? I'm moving the border ditch. What of it?
Why are you moving the border ditch? You moved it quite far.
For good reason. The Petrov's workers caused me nothing but grief. They deceived me. Shot me in flour. Only they didn't steal in broad daylight.
Have you spoken of it at the village meeting?
I have. Not much good it did me. Petrov's folks silenced me right away. I'll tell you what. If you curse the demons, I'll pay you.
I think not. Tashkop Ravine. There's no shortage of waterfalls and ravines when you travel around Sheridan Uyezd. They say further to the west, one can even see mountains that surround the region.
Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and
Adam's
bright
head.
even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's head. You take the
Healing
herb
herb.
and get ready to go on your way.
And so we head back to our main location, the Spinner's Hut. There's a witch's hut just outside Piantang village. The Spinner is powerful and famous nowhere. Even in Vilgord, people have heard of her. Some of the girls went to her for love potions. Oligor does not offer such services.
The closer you are to the house of the Spinner, the more ominous the woods get. The decaying trunks of pines and spruces tower over the path like silent guardians. Your blood runs cold every other moment. You feel that the border between worlds is very thin in this part of the forest.
If you think about what a love potion is, There could be two forms. One enables you to find someone who would be right for you. The other forces a person to be unable to resist your advances. That is dark magic.
There are bright strings of some kind on the path. There are many different skulls and charms.
So, how do you like this Isba? Ours is quite a bit cozier, isn't it? Go speak to that skull. He's a doorman of sorts here. That's the spinner for you. Always thinking up something crazy.
What do you mean, speak to the skull?
I mean that it used to be a Khaldun.
Oh.
The regular folks aren't likely to chat with it. We, knowers, are used to this sort of thing.
Speak for yourself.
It's something new the spinner thought up. Skulls such as these used to hang on the trees around here like effigies of sorts. This one is used as a kind of test. It would be best if you passed the test. This woman knows me, you see, but she's not familiar with you.
Yeah.
What's with the yarn on the paths?
You see it, do you? Ordinary folk don't. The yarn binds some poor Christians to the spinner. It's a strong and dark sorcery. You had better go and speak to the doorman.
What else should I know about the spinner?
Hush, child. These skulls report every little detail to that witch.
Every night there was the sound of wailing and hammering all around Horizba. Shards themselves can't be seen by ordinary men, but I found a secret passage in some hymn book that says you need to look through a wedding ring to see them. One time I was walking along and I saw a witch walking in front of me, flapping and swinging her hands around with a pester on her back. So I looked through my ring, and what did I see? Bugs and flies, all colours swarming out of the pester and stinging her. As we were walking by, I heard the witch grabbed a bunch of bugs from the air and threw them towards the herd. Shots flew at the cows, stung them all over, and returned back to the pester. They had had their fill.
Keep your lips sealed.
Back. Is there anything else? Oh, maybe. Yes, there's a herb. Another Adam's head. Well, let's go greet the skull then.
You approach the skull hanging by the door. Suddenly, the bony head starts shaking. A burning coal that serves as an eye socket stops you in your tracks.
Oh, joy! And Noah, are we? Finally, some fun. My eye isn't what it used to be. Who's that old timer over there? I think I know him.
Will you let me pass to see the spinner?
With pleasure, but I'm ordered to test Noah. If it
Okay.
were up to me, I wouldn't be hanging around here in the first place.
I would imagine not.
Anyway, we'll do it just like in the fairy tales.
Oh joy.
I'll give you 3 riddles. Solve any one of them, and I'll let you through. Solve none, or refuse to answer, I'll take one of your eyes. I'm short one, you see.
I'd say that's the least of your problems.
Well, are you up to it?
Wait, answer my questions first.
I have no answers for. Well, are you up to it?
Okay. I guess
Have it
we
your
are.
way. Ask your riddle.
Listen to the first one, girl. There is a hamlet, folks packed together tight. Come morning, the cock sings, yet no man stands upright.
It's a
There's a
great
hamlet, folks packed in tight. Come morning the cock crows, yet no man stands upright. A cemetery. Proper dead men do not rise from the graves.
Correct. You solved the riddle. Only that man don't rise in the morning. Believe me, I know. You may pass. Or You may try to guess another.
I've guessed one, so it shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be a problem.
Let's riddle some more.
Listen to the second riddle. Lame chicks sing along, dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an inch.
Priest who frequently recites Boimia Te Sana, name of the Father and the Son. Please sing along. Why would they haul? Wound up in a ditch. That one confuses me.
Lame chicks sing along, dry wood they haul. Wound up in a ditch, can't move an inch.
Well, a funeral, you would be in a grave.
The priests are singing for the dead. It's a funeral procession.
Correct. You guessed it. I remember those songs. You'll hear them too soon enough. You may pass, or you may try to guess another.
Let's have your
Let's
last
riddle
one.
some more.
Steal a quine, tale of twine.
Steal a quine, tale of twine.
A steel horse, tale of... A needle wouldn't be... It would have a tail of rope. Or not... Twine isn't necessarily rope, it could just mean twisted. A steam engine would be a horse. Some of that is just a spell, that doesn't make sense. Needle and thread. See, the steam engine doesn't really have a rope tail, but it could be seen that the smoke, or steam and smoke, form a twined tail behind it. And it's often referred to as a steel horse. Meanwhile, this literally has a tail of twine, but who refers to a needle as a horse? I'm going to go for the steam
I've
engine.
heard of this. It's a steam
Oh.
engine, a locomotive.
No, don't make it more complicated. Well, you may pass. We can riddle some more. No
There you
idea.
Let's
go.
riddle some more.
Listen to the fourth riddle. Walks with no legs, sleeves with no arms, mouth with no speech.
Walks with no legs, sleeves with no arms, mouth with no speech.
Maybe a mouth has no speech, but it doesn't walk. It runs. Clock doesn't walk at all.
A river has sleep.
Nice try, but a river talks, it murmurs. Shadow is the answer.
The shadow has legs.
I can riddle you another one.
Right, let's try one more.
Crack one more.
The ship broke to bits over meadows and deeps, over cities and streets.
The ship broke to bits over meadows and deeps, of cities and streets. What?
No popes and no dukes can bring it anew. No money, no books.
The ship fell to beats over meadows and deeps, over cities and streets. No popes and no dukes can bring it anew. No money, no books.
I've already got money listed there, so that's not going to be it. In the stars, there is a ship that actually has multiple parts, I believe. There is Eridanos the river. One is already in there, so it shouldn't be that. Truth?
The sky broke and scattered all the stars.
Correct? Well, I've no more riddles for now. In the darkness, you'll find some riddles you can solve with the words alone. And in the darkness, eyes will burn with a fierce flame.
What are you talking about?
Go to the spinner.
All right then, I'm off to see the spinner.
As we are indeed. A little fun riddling there.
Evening,
60%.
Kapitalina
Not fancy.
Ivanovna.
Evening to you too, Yegor Yevlampevich.
The voice of the spinner is quiet and smooth, like the rustling of pages in the black book.
Brought you my little orphan. Became a knower recently, this one.
You sure did. But what are you thinking, poking around in my business? You took my spindle. It was doing my bidding, you know. I let it slide on account of you not knowing and all.
God bless, Kapitalina Ivan.
I see you're a fine girl and a smart one.
We
Yes,
try.
I heard your replies to the riddles. To be a knower is not all demonic affair. So why are you here? Not just to check up on an old woman, I should think.
I wanted to ask you about this yarn you have here and around the house.
This witchery is not yet for you, Vasilisa. In time, you'll learn, perhaps.
Very
It's
well.
not the same as sending fiends for milk, mind you.
We met your doorman. What of that skull?
Some lousy Khaldun. And near it Nick, God rest his soul.
An evil sorcerer cursed to return as a ghoul and haunt the living.
Hasn't served his time yet, so he helps me around the house.
We saw a dead girl in Villas of Woods.
That was Marfa, I would guess. Didn't have money for a love potion. Was quite desperate, I gather.
Oh dear.
Well, it serves her right.
I need a woven belt. A powerful one, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Yes, I know you came for a bell. Only why would I give one to you?
Old Yegor warned me that I should watch my mouth around the spinner. How should I answer her? You're known all across the Uyezd for weaving the best belts, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
So I am. You aren't here without reason. I can indeed make good belts. You've become a knower, so I'll give you an enchanted belt.
And what will this cost?
So what are you going to do with your chorts?
How am I supposed to answer that? I really don't know what to do with them.
She doesn't like demons.
Well, make them suffer, of course. Give them some back-breaking work.
That's how you should treat them. Torment those filthy creatures. Only knowers can do some good. Well, turns out you're a good knower, girl. I'll give you a belt as a gift. Here, it's a good one.
Good. We have all 3 items now.
Later, I'll put you in touch with a pupil of mine.
All right.
A fine man. Maybe it'll work out for the two of you.
So you're the elderworldmatch.com.
Thank you for the belt, Kapitalina Ivanovna.
Well, thank you, Kapitalina. See you again sometime.
See you soon. Farewell.
And so we return home.
Spinner is no simple witch. It's not the last time we'll hear of her. Well done, Vasya. She's taking a liking to you. The meeting couldn't have gone better. All right, we've got the belt. Now we must plan our next moves. Well, you've got all the items you need. Now we can try freeing your bride. Since you have the book now, I can't go. I'm not that strong of a Khaldun anymore, to tell the truth. And Abdiricha is a powerful spirit. She can charm and skin you alive so fast that you won't know what hit you. So, Vasya, you must prepare yourself. Perhaps you have some questions.
I might have, but we will leave that for next time, when we will come back to this point and move on to save our girl. I've been Yorkie the Tail Spinner. You've been a fine audience, and would be even finer if you wish to hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And I shall see you anon.